My name is Sister Geraldine Heath. I joined Kingdom Apostolic Ministries far as Detroit when it was known as Apostolic Faith Ministry, Apostolic Faith Temple. And that was in 1985. And at that time, a pastor was Bishop Nehemiah Smith. And the assistant pastor was, at that time, Elder Lambert W. Gates Sr. And what drew me to the church, well, I had relatives who attend. And so after, how can I say, God brought me to helped me to realize that there was a better way. And I went to the church. In fact, the first time I went, Bishop Gates, Elder Gates, was preaching. And I thought he was the pastor until that evening. And when Bishop Smith came, and my story about Bishop Smith, I'm a retired educator. And when I heard Bishop Smith preach, he said, "You is." He killed the English language, and I thought all day long, I tell children, my students, it's not you is, it's you are. But I learned through interacting with Bishop Smith that it's not about what you know how to say, it is about your heart. And I just fell in love knowing God and learning about people as they really are and having a heart for God. It has been the love of God that was shown to me and my family that I never received from any other religious experience. I have been in several different denominations, and so I had a religious background. But until I came there to Apostolic Faith Temple, and under those two leaders I've learned to know about salvation and how precious it is and how precious the people are that choose to walk this path. So what has kept me there is the love of God and, that has been extended to me, like I said, and my family. I was a single mother, but there was a brotherhood that developed around my son, and they groomed him. They taught him how to tie a tie, put a shoe on. So he grew up around that village, and with my daughter as well. There were ladies that helped me with teaching her how to be a young lady. So the love of God, which the saints showed me, was one of the reasons, and my pastor, because I was with Bishop Smith, I was daughter. I never had a man of religious stature to call me daughter. And I really felt that I was in a spiritual daughter to him, someone of significance, not just a name on the roll. And under Bishop Gates, of course I'm older than Bishop Gates, but I respect him, and so glad that I had known him as my assistant pastor. And I do believe it's of God's divine plan that he became my pastor. So I would say that as Apostolic Faith Temple became Greater Apostolic Faith Temple, that became KAM Detroit, or KAM, just in the Detroit campus. The difference has been with the infusion of technology, the love of God, those principles that Bishop Smith held, and the compassion that Bishop Smith had. Also, I see in Bishop Gates. So the leadership style, like I said, it has to do with technology and Bishop Gates. And of course, the technology wasn't the same because we didn't have all these iPhones and wonderful cameras and everything. But the implosion of technology, Bishop Gates is not afraid of hearing things that may be foreign to our traditional doctrine. And so he is open-minded, not saying that Bishop Smith wasn't, but Bishop Gates has been exposed to a lot, and he's taught us not to be afraid of change, and that change is good. You don't change holiness, but there may be a better way to explain it to the masses and bring the masses in. So I would say it has been very progressive, and even more so, there's always been that love for people. We've always, in some form or fashion, have reached out to those who have not, and whether it was giving Christmas baskets, that has occurred, and it still occurs. But it's been, I think, again, the progression of employing technology, understanding where we are in the change, understanding the times, and how to redeem them for God. I think just as any case of families joining, blending together, it's been a transitional time, learning new people, learning new ways, combining what we did here with what we did there, and coming up with a common method, because just like it's comfortable to work with what you know. It's always comfortable, and it becomes challenging to learn a new way. So I think there have been some growing pains. I would be less than honest to say not to say that. But you know what? We got past those growing pains, and we are coming to the realization that we are one. It is not something that's a vision that someone has done and it's been far-fetched. It's the reality. We are one church and under one leader. And what makes the difference and what's the glue to the two churches is our pastor. He's the glue. He makes it work. And I think, obviously he's anointed and appointed for such a time and such a situation as this. My one word is light. And that one, I just say light because of the darkness that's in the world, and that we bring that light, and the light is Jesus. Not us personally, but the whole being of KAM in every aspect that we do, it speaks of Jesus, the light of the world.